Now we are talking about FinTech. So Solaris is good. Carsten.
Hello.
You joined in 2022, and you're the CEO of Solaris. Ramin, who was the previous CEO, who came many, many times to NOAH, I guess gave you an introduction. When did you join Solaris?
So first of all, Ramin is my boss, right? So I need to be careful what to say, right? He was not.
But he has a double role now, right?
No. He's still the supervisory board, chair of Solaris, okay. Right? So and actually he's a founder and is behind the ideas, right? So and he wasn't CEO. So I joined, back in 2022, and probably, my task is to put a bit more focus on the banking-related stuff in Solaris, and so my background is pretty much retail banking. I've been, dealing with, big groups and banks, my past life. So that's quite a shift for me.
If you look at Solaris revenues today, however high it is, and you're probably not willing to tell us, but you can tell us what is the rough split between existing financial institutions versus the ones you enable, who are offering banking as a service. I guess we call it embedded finance, right? Can you explain a little bit?
I think probably to explain what we are doing, right?
Yeah.
So I think what we are doing is we are building technology. So we are building banking products, retail banking products, and so far we have almost built everything that you need to kind of do banking in many, many different ways, right? But we are not using it ourselves, but we are working together with partners, with companies that basically want to integrate financial propositions into their customer value propositions, right? And that's what we do, and we are very successful because we have been doing this mainly for FinTechs, in the Berlin area since our beginnings 7 or 8 years ago. And basically we were seen as the one company that is providing the infrastructure and also the license to do, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you want to do banking business, you need a license as well. So what we are doing is actually the plugging, the plumbing in the background, and we make sure that other companies are successful. So 100% of our revenues are coming from that business. And if you want to distinct between kind of...
like in real estate classifieds, like if Immobilien Scout offers mortgages to then it would be a typical example or not?
It could be a typical example, right? If somebody wants to kind of offer a financial proposition, payment, credit card, account, etc., and is a non-bank, then probably they will come to us to say, well, Carsten, we want to generate more revenues because we think that our customers, want to enjoy a payment functionality and account functionality depending on the use case. Then we do that, and basically we participate in the success of our customers as well.
So you grow with all the FinTech usage outside the neo-banking platforms. You're enabling all the others to stay competitive. Correct. And focus on the digital consumer with real time.
Correct.
In Spain, if you're a banker, if you're a customer in Spain, good luck getting cash from the bank. You cannot. You queue like 2 hours. You cannot. I mean, you don't work in Spain, I guess, right?
We are working in Spain, so I think we are a European company. So our license setup is actually good enough to do business in all European countries. Okay. We have a subsidiary in the UK that is dealing with the UK, but we are present mainly in Germany, of course. This is our main domestic, and Spain, France, Italy are the other kind of key markets outside UK, right? So we are pretty international, pretty European, and we are very strongly growing.
Yeah, you're basically using a European banking license as passporting through into all other countries, right?
Yeah, we are using a German banking license, but we also have an EMI license, and I think this is important because we are super flexible in what we have to offer, right? Because depending on what you want to do with your partner, you need probably a different license, and because of our German banking license, we can really go beyond, right? So we can really offer everything that has to do with deeper banking, so lending facilities, deposit taking, etc. So that's kind of a big advantage of Solaris.
And your shareholders who accompanied Solaris over the years, how have they been helpful? Have some of them become customers, or first investor, then customer, or the other way around?
Yeah, we have both, actually. We have investors that are actually our customers today, and we enjoy very, very good relations here. I think it is fair to say that most recently we have done a big funding round, and this was important because for us, we are now moving from a kind of, let's say, a test and learn, I would call it. Yeah, 7 years of test and learning. We have developed a lot of propositions. We have developed all the technology. But now I think the task is to move it into scalability, so making sure that, with what we have, we can scale up. And so the last funding round was pretty much about making sure that we are able to do that. And
how big was the round and when was the round?
That's round about 100 million that we did, right? And plus financial guarantees, because I think what you have to understand for that is we just kind of did a partnership with a big ADAC, with a big corporate customer in Germany. And that is something, this is pretty new for us because we're taking over a card portfolio. And per se, this needs kind of funding. And we were able to secure that funding from existing shareholders, which I think is a fantastic achievement for this year. So
the 100
pretty
million
happy.
came from your existing shareholders?
Came from existing shareholders.
Hence 150 from new ones?
Well, no, I think
For the next round?
Well, I think for the next round, so first of all, I think this round is good enough to now make sure that we can do and finalize our transformation. So making sure that we now move into this kind of scalability. And just taking the example of ADAC, so one partner alone will now double our revenues, going forward. So I think it's like now moving into the really interesting space of, using our technology and now scaling up and not, hopefully not
incurring. Which is the same what Max von Teinthal said about N26. He said, now it's about scaling. Yeah, clearly, right? I mean, the FinTech sector broke into profits, I guess, as a whole. And yeah, some players are following. But I think the question of FinTech versus many other sectors who have been overhyped, I think has been answered positively. And you see, when you look at the future of Solaris, I mean, you were just talking about the car financing market. Do you have identified other areas where you can get this chunky revenue contribution?
Yeah, I think it's, we have. I think when I started 1 year back, we looked into the market, and I think, again, so in the past we were very much focused on FinTech companies. And the advantage of FinTech companies is they grow quickly and you learn quickly, right? So everything that we did in the past was actually exploring together what kind of products do work and do not work, right? So now we have taken all the learnings, and now we are very much also focusing on corporate segments like travel, like hospitality, like mobility, right? And there are a number of use cases in those kind of segments coming with big partners, big units that we can actually implement on a European scale. So I think the focus is shifting from Solaris' point of view. We are not stopping, or we are not basically going out of the FinTech market, but we are hunting, let's say, for the bigger corporates with bigger scale because the infrastructure is there.
They also need FinTech, right?
Well, I think they need innovation first and foremost, right? I think, if you talk to those partners, what they are lacking is because they probably sometimes come out of an old relationship with traditional banks, they lack innovation, they lack kind of customer orientation, they lack technology, and that's what we can offer together with a banking license. So that's kind of what corporates are looking to achieve from us.
Right. There's a question about the future, but I want to ask a question about the present first. Do you know roughly how many people in Germany in particular have a digital account or accessing digital banking? It's probably a very high number since Germans invented PTX home banking.
Yeah, I would assume so. I think it's, I don't have an exact number, but it should be very significantly.
The more interesting question is it the first account or the second account? Where does the salary go into, right?
Yeah, I think this is the everlasting question. Everybody wants to have the kind of the account where the salary goes, but I think there are multiple use cases by now, and I think the probably to say that people are changing in terms of their behavior. They split their kind of finances over different tools and different kind of instruments, and I think that's kind of also an opportunity for us to actually grab market share.
And you're thinking about the future of Solaris. Is there like an expansion geography or segments? It sounds like that, especially in the car financing space, you found.
Well, focused expansion. We are clear on Europe. So we are a European company. So we want to basically explore Europe, and the reason is because the big ecosystems are in Europe as well, right? So they don't have necessarily only a focus on Germany, right? So that's what we do, scaling up, growing, and basically now kind of leveraging our partner base, to become profitable is exactly what we're doing, and that's what I call transformation for Solaris. So super exciting. I mean, clearly we need to also clarify or clear regulation, which is an important factor in our business, but we are on it, and we're making very, very good progress here.
Well, and after 7 years, I think you always have a new beginning in life. So now is the time. So raise 150 million and show us FinTech.
Thank you
so
very
much,
much. Thanks,
Carsten.
Martin.
Really
Thank
great chat.